We're doing this fresh corn chowder. I'm using a little bit of potatoes. If you want to switch to sweet potato, the orange or also the white sweet potato, it's even better, okay? So I'm having onions with the celery that I will dice very gently. Smaller that you cut, faster it's going to cook. So some people have a hard time to cut it small, then that's fine, you cook it longer. Okay, so I make just small dice, and then I'm going to do the celery the same way. I'm using kombu dashi, so I'm going to water saute onion and the celery with just a little bit of liquid, just to fill up the bottom, and that's going to be replacing the oil, just to water saute. So most people, when they try to take the corn kernel, they will go up and down and slice. So it just go all over.
Right.
So what I'm trying to keep it all together, I cut my corn in half, and then I'm just gonna cut like this, going around it.
And then usually he used the bread knife too at home.
Sometimes I use the bread knife, but you see, keep it clean, you don't get all over the table, you don't get to reach for it anymore. And then, to get the best of your corn, because the best of the corn is always hiding somewhere, I'm taking the back of my knife, and I'm going to scrape all the corn. So you're going to get a paste.
That's the best part.
That's the best part of this corn. See? You get this beautiful little paste right here. Everybody can see. And that's the best you get from your corn. So I'm going to add this to my soup. So you don't waste anything. So I say 1 to 3 corn, so I'm putting 1.5 here in my soup. And I'm going to dice a little part of my potato. Few slices. As soon as this is going to come to boil, simmer, and 20 minutes, it's ready. So when I make soup, it's very simple ingredient. Onion is always the base of all the soup, and then celery soup. I do carrots, squash. This is mostly 2 or 3 ingredients, maximum. And I bring all my vegetables to boil with the stock, kombu dashi. And as soon as it boils, simmer for 20 minutes. If you like chunky soup, you leave it that way with the seasoning. And if you like it creamy, you can blend it very lightly and you get a creamy soup also. So let's let this cook for about 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And then I'm going to do a little garnish on the soup, which is a basil oil. So I got some boiling water. I'm going to quickly just blanch my basil.
Very quick. Wow.
And then, to make sure it's cold quick enough, I'm going to put in ice water. So I want to keep the color. I want to keep the green color so it looks good.
This is about 30 seconds. So you have no time to fool around, okay? When you leave and you go someplace else, then your basil is going to be, wilted.
Overcooked, it's going to become...
So 15 seconds to 30 seconds. That's it, okay?
And then I'm going to take my basil back. I'm going to squeeze the water off. So make sure you squeeze completely off the water. And then I'm going to quickly chop, put in a blender, and add some olive oil to blend the whole things together. So smaller you cut, easier it's going to be on the machine to blend it. So you don't have to wait and make a noise. So I'm going to have this, and I just put a little bit of olive oil make sure that we can blend the whole thing. It's going to be a little noisy, but just bear with me for a second. So this is going to be the oil. Let's rub on the soup. As you see, it's right there. Okay. It's not very, very liquid, so I could strain that oil again in a strainer and just get the juice, or I don't want to waste the basil, so I'm keeping as it is right now with the basil, everything.
It's like a pesto.
Yeah, it's almost like a pesto.
Pesto. You can.
Almost ready. So to see, I can just take a few pieces on the side, my celery, and see if it's cooked or not. It's pretty soft. So we just leave it for a few minutes until the blender come back, then we can blend the whole thing. Okay?